Hey, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's going on with you that main event?
What's going on with you, OG?
Hey man, running a little late, man. I'm always late. Shit. I think I spent my
Hey,
whole running late. Mike done called me and threatened to find me and every goddamn old thing, man.
it
Good.
happened like that.
Yeah. I mean, man, OG Truth with a two hurts with a Z. What's happening, everybody out there? Welcome to the new season of Exclusive World of Wrestling. Um, we got a lot to go over. This week, we're going to go over the week in review with the three promotions with WWE, AEW, TNA, and probably since the main event on here, you're going to help me out with a little New Japan and whatever. Um, I ain't I ain't sharp on. Um, we gonna also do a little tribute to we just lost one of our we just lost an icon this week. He lost his battle. He lost the battle with cancer. Um, Sid Vicious passed at the age of, I think he was 66 years old.
63.
Or 63.
Uh-huh.
Uh, what's up, everybody out there? The chat, Brian, what's going on? Tremaine, what's going on? Mad Mike in the house. And we're going to get into our topic of the day. All right, starting out. Um, oh yeah, we gotta talk. We're gonna preview Bash in Berlin. Um, let's go and get it out of the way about Sid Vicious. Sid Vicious, for a lot of our younger younger viewers, younger fans. Um, Sid Vicious was kind of, I think he was like more like a Batista or on a motive of a Batista or a Brock Lesnar before Batista and Brock Lesnar. Um, he was
He's a well put together man.
intense, a real intense guy. Um, Dane Barry, what's going on? Real intense. Every time when he got it, he was intense. And he ain't take no shit. He spent most of his career as a heel. Um, he also went by Psycho Sid. I know he wrestled with a lot of promotions. He was. I don't want. I don't know where he started. It's my guess that he started in NWA or WCW. I think
Yes, he started in Florida. He was
started in
one of the
Florida.
Florida kids. He was actually one of Dusty's.
Dusty's guys.
One of the early Dusty guys. Um
Bill
then he
Watt.
went over yep. Then he went over to UWF. Um Made a name for himself over there. And then he came back over this way. Um in through Memphis and then down into WCW. Then from WCW was part of the skyscrapers.
The
But he
original
got fired on his off day.
part of the original skyscrapers that was me,
That was
Mark.
him and Danny Spivey.
They started out with him and Dan Spivey. Then
He got fired on the off night, on the off Monday, and
who did
then
who did Mark replace? Him or Dan?
he replaced Sid.
Okay.
He got
Uh,
fired on the off Monday.
Probably. Well, Mike, I ain't got to add you in here. You can bring yourself on in here. Um, what memory do you have of Sid? Excuse me. His name was Richie. He was born May 10th, 1957. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait. He got 2 birthdays out here.
You don't know. You never can tell which one is which. And I know. They say it was 63. They didn't say a birthday or anything, but I'm just gonna say 63 years old.
Mike, give me a background that can show. That's what I was doing. I know I'm on here fucking up. Give me a background that can show, Mike. That can show me in main event. Or we can do it like this. It's no big problem.
Are you ready?
I'm pretty. They don't want to see.
Huh?
The last thing I remember about Sid was that. Hold on, wait a minute. No, I got the wrong Sid Vicious on here. That's why.
You got to Sid Vicious from the Sex Pistols, don't you?
Yeah, I got the wrong Sid Vicious. My bad, y'all. I'm up here.
Look for Sid Udy.
Sid Vicious wrestler. How about okay? Sid Udy. His name is Sid Udy. Born December 16th, 1960, and he passed away on the 26th. I remember that. I think that counter was a turning point. Where was kind of getting close to the end when he broke his leg. I forget what match it was in, but
was that Sold Out or Sin?
Say that again now.
Was it Sold Out? That first Sold Out, or was it at the first Sin?
Don't remember. I don't remember. He did that shit. He started. He tried something that he shouldn't have been trying. I think at his style.
Eric Bischoff had the bright idea of wanting him to do some aerial moves and coming off the top rope, and snapped his leg clean in two.
Is when he wrestled Sting at Halloween Havoc in 1990, Survivor Series 1998 against Shawn Michaels. And he and Dan Spivey versus the Road Warriors at Halloween Havoc in
that was
80.
probably one of the best tag team matches of the 80s, to me, in my opinion. And then they had the feud with the original Doom.
Yeah, that was a good feud. Condolences go out to his people. The wrestling world has lost Sid. We all know as Sid Vicious or Sid Justice or Psycho Sid.
Mm-hmm.
We got Bash in Berlin.
Snooze Fest.
I don't know how to read this pay-per-view coming up because I think
I got a perfect word for it. A snooze fest.
Yeah, I think this is just all about getting Gunther his Walter his moment in the sun. Let me pull up the card.
You might do something about these clothes to him.
Let's see here. Bash in Berlin card. Okay. All right. Okay, y'all. All right. Let's get it out. Let's get it before my device. But I tried to get it printed off, but the damn printer want to act up on me. That's cool. That's fine. We got it's not a big card, I see. Got
message.
You got Alba Fire and Aladon versus Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, and they are the challengers. Bianca and Jade. Do you expect the title to change hands here? What do you how you think this is gonna play out?
I think when you put the belts on fire and Elba and Ala, you put them on two really good people who can work with anybody. I wish the storyline between the four of them would have worked out a whole lot better and everything. But I hope that there's a title change. Then I also hope that we can get a storyline out of that, and I hope we can build that toward the Royal Rumble or whatever is going to happen between Jade and Bianca. You know, you know, their implosion, when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen. I mean, that's what we need to work toward. And I think we need to, also advocate for more tag teams in the tag team division as well, because Elba and Ala they are a great tag team. I mean, you've got the tag team in NXT that's ready to come up, and you've got some other competition out there as well. So I think
a lot of people
I think it's time.
comments. And Tremaine Freeman says he's expecting a heel turn from Jade. You know what? I think this would probably get more steam if they leave Jade face and have Bianca do the turn.
This is true because Bianca can carry it as a heel.
Because I can almost smell the Profits doing a complete heel turn.
Yes.
Along with, and they got B-Fab, and I can just see Bianca to create another faction. I think we living in. I think we're going into times of bringing back factions. You know, they slowly just you're seeing more factions. You got Legado del Fantasma, and big fan of those guys.
I love all three of those guys.
You got the two versions of the Bloodline. You got Judgment Day. You got
the Death of the New Day.
The New Day. We're gonna talk about that next week because I feel something about to happen over there. One of those two guys probably want to go out on their own. But I expect Fire and Dawn to keep the titles. And we get a storyline out of that. Next we got Priest and Rhea versus Dom and Liv. I really don't care about this.
I could care less either, but for the entertainment value of it, I mean, I like to see Damien get a hold to. I'd rather see Finn in this match than to see Dominic.
I think they're probably trying to build a rivalry or a feud between Priest and American Made. That's what they call between Priest and Finn. The other faction. How can I forget the Wyatt Six? I don't know.
Speaking of that, did you see when Wyndham did the I'm sorry, when he did the same thing that Bray did in the corner? Did that not bring you to tears a little bit? When he looked back over his shoulder and kind of looked at you upside down?
Yeah. Wyndham, it's got to be tough for Wyndham. Man, because what you can't watch without getting a little choked up is that A&E special, man.
Oh my God, man, boy.
Man.
I hope you didn't bring that up, because you almost brought tears to my eyes just then. Just thinking about it,
Truth hates gimmicks like that. I'm not main event. Mike is in a mess. He want to be messy today. So I'm not gonna participate in his foolishness today. But I mean, for whatever it's worth, I think Liv and Dom some kind of way, sneak this one out again, and but I honestly don't care. Okay, strap match between Philip Jack Brooks and whiny ass Drew Galloway, aka Drew McIntyre. I guess it's just something to try to keep that storyline going. It's abundantly clear those two guys that do not care for each other particularly. It's been a whole lot of back and forth. I think they both being petty as fuck, if you ask me. They both being one too much at the other. Long story short, Drew McIntyre, he's probably the bigger of the two idiots because he let Punk get upside his head to where he lost the title that he worked so hard to get. But I don't know how this is gonna play out. I don't think we're gonna probably Monday when we do the recap show. They're gonna both be whelped up from beating the shit out of each other with a strap. I don't know. Yeah, you're right, Mike.
I mean, this card so far is just hold on.
Well, see, Mike really got us axe to grind against CM Punk. I love CM Punk, but Mike got an axe to grind against CM Punk. Like I said, I'm not participating in his foolery today. I expect Punk ain't gonna be losing too much, so I'm gonna say Punk wins this match, but Drew gonna probably beat the shit out of him.
This is a when you think about it, Drew McIntyre's had some hellfire matches, but one match comes to mind. I wish that there would just be a normal one-on-one match instead of some sort of gimmick match to it. I just want to see him go one-on-one because Drew's got the skills to go one-on-one with anybody. I mean, if you remember back 2016 when he first went to TNA and had that match with Kurt Angle, that was his coming out party. And I think he needs a rebirth of sorts to let him know that he's more than just a mouth. I mean, he's got true skill in the ring, but nobody sees that anymore because all you hear is his mouth and complaining.
Goddamn, how many rebirths is he gonna get? I mean,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, like it's just COVID, really took that steam away from him from when he won that championship against Brock. Now it's just time for him to be a guy, and he's an older guy. He needs to start putting over the younger kids, being that locker room leader. It's just he's got more skill than just gimmick matches to me.
And you got Twitter fingers, so I don't know. I'm losing a little respect for Drew, but I expect, like I said, Punk win the match. Drew attacks him, of course, after the match. They both be fucked up Monday night.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Undisputed championship. Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens. What are we doing here?
It's just defense. I mean, it's just he's trying to show everybody that he's the Bret Hart of this generation. Not Bret Hart, when he first won the championship, he fought everybody. He wrestled everybody, whether it was on Superstars, whether it was on Prime Time. Before Raw, it was Prime Time. Wrestling Challenge. I think this is the same kind of thing that Cody's doing because he feels like Roman didn't do enough title defenses. But
We all know. Fan. If you're a fan of this sport, I think we all know how this plays out.
Yeah.
To give KO one more push, and the only way for him to get that push, he gonna flip on he gonna flip on Cody. Cody still wins, but KO flips on him. I mean, I think that's what I see.
This card is not predictable, but it's just a whole hum. I mean, it's almost like an old school Clash of the Champions, where you're just taking up TV time.
Okay, and that's it. So that's my prediction. Cody wins. KO. That could be 2 to 3 possible heel turns. All right. Walter against the Legend Killer. Randy ain't got a chance in hell as far as winning and losing. No way Trips gonna let Gunther drop the title in Berlin. No. I don't see that happening. It's gonna be some outside interference, probably from that Ludwig Kaiser. I don't like that dude. Good God Almighty! Hey, look, he's doing a hell of a job with his character because I really don't like that dude at all.
You know my feelings on Walter. Walter can wrestle with anybody, but I want to see him in a 30-minute match with a guy like Randy Orton. I think this is gonna really test him and really test his mettle as being a champion. I don't think we've seen the best of him yet because the times that he's dropped belts to smaller guys like the Sami Zayn, to Ilya Dragunov, and he's had some classics with him. I want to see him have a classic with a big guy, and I think Randy's the guy that can do it for him.
I got a bad attitude right now with the comment guy. I just that smoke. Look, that Imperium giddy up. Because I don't like neither one of them. And that's pretty much your card. Like you said, snooze fest. So we're gonna do our live watch party like we normally do. One of us is gonna have it live on Saturday. Is it one of them early starts?
It's an early start. And I'm so glad I'll be in class so I can just watch the replay and skip over parts I want to skip over and go from there.
All right. What we're gonna talk about tonight is you remember back when we talked about the heel turns. Heel turns. So now, and I've been discussing this with Mike and the crew. Which heel turn would you say had the biggest impact on the sport? Like where it changed a lot of lives financially. It changed a lot of lives personally, professionally, and it changed. Well, which heel turn you say was more impactful?
I got 3.
Go ahead.
And I'm gonna go back I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go back a little bit for you. The first one is the Larry Zbyszko, Bruno Sammartino turn.
Hey Mike, he gonna main event, goddamn. He gonna main event, taking away, goddamn down. Look. I knew it. Hey, that's why I love you. I knew it, goddamn it. Go ahead though. Go ahead.
When you got Larry Zbyszko, who at that point in time just left Killer Kowalski, just came in the WWE, young man trying to make a name for himself. When he made that turn against Bruno that night, not only that put money in Bruno's pocket, extra money in Bruno's pocket, but it made him a heel for life. When he went to AWA, won the AWA championship from Nick Bockwinkel, that made him the ultimate heel. When he beat Greg Gagne for that second reign, that made him the greatest heel.
Look at Mike main event. He being messy.
What'd he say?
Don't nobody remember that shit.
Hey.
No, what I'm saying is, cause see,
I'm coming forward. I'm coming forward with it. I got the second one. You go back to the second one, 1983, World Class Championship Wrestling. The Freebirds come in, and they screw Kerry with the in the cage match when they threw the fence in Kerry's face, and Kerry lost the Texas Heavyweight Championship. That brought major money. That gave the Von Erichs a name, a national name, and that put the Freebirds on the map because the Freebirds was in one place, out the off day, and into another place, and they actually stayed there longer than anywhere. Stayed in World Class longer than anywhere they went to. They made money though. Okay. Now come forward. That's the Beach, 1996.
Okay.
Hogan in the heel turn. That helped.
Yeah, I see y'all commenting. MacTown Dirty, Brian Peoples, I see you commenting. I'm gonna take the baton from you real quick. Those heel turns. I personally remember. I don't remember the Zbyszko Bockwinkel, but those heel turns wasn't in my opinion wasn't really impactful. Your third one is one of my three. The with is Bash at the Beach when Hogan turned heel, because nobody thought Hogan would ever go from the say your prayers and eat your vitamins, Hogan. And when he flipped and created NWO, I mean, like the motherfuckers in there throwing trash in the ring and everything. My second one, which it's so hard between these three. The Barbershop with Shawn and Mark. That was so.
If I had to do a 10, that would be in that 10.
Because the thing about it, that launched HBK, and it pretty much ruined Marty. It killed Marty.
Marty ruined himself though.
That was a major impact. And number three, and this might be the impact. Joseph Anoa'i, when he flipped from the big dog to the tribal chief, all you got to do is just look at the last 3 to 4 years to see the impact that one has made. But all three of them, God almighty, Damn, that NWO turn though. Tony
I
Wright
mean,
was going.
there's so many more that you can put in. You can
Uh,
put in the Lex Luger when
that's a
when for horror film turned on him.
The Luger one was deep, but Seth
The Sting one was deep too.
Seth breaking up the Shield was impactful.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's so many more. You know,
The
how
thing
about the
about
Teddy Long? How about the Teddy Long fast count?
that wasn't a heel turn though. That was just a screw job.
But when he
you know,
brought in those guys named Ron Simmons and Butch Reed.
you know what's funny about that? About that, we almost. I was talking to Mike and the fellas today. We almost was about ready to include the Montreal screw job as a heel turn.
Because it was, in a sense. Because that was the epitome of the Attitude Era, right there. I think that was the tip of the Attitude Era, and that was the end of WCW as we knew it, right there. That night. I mean, we can all talk about when he went rogue and told about Mick Foley's title win being in the WCW, but that night in Montreal, that was the end of WCW as we knew it.
End of WCW?
As we knew it. That was the end of WCW as we knew it. And I really believe that.
How is that? You kind of lost me on that. How is the Montreal screw job the end of WCW?
Because that to me, that was the tip of the iceberg for the Attitude Era. That was the downfall for WCW, because you start seeing that attitude come out. More attitude come out. Say it again.
WCW or WWF?
WCW. That was the downfall of WCW to me, because you start seeing more eyes open, because you had Vince McMahon who went rogue and turned on one of his guys, and you saw a whole new attitude out of him, and then you saw a whole new attitude out of that whole locker room after that.
Okay, well, how, are you understand the question I'm asking? How did that play a part? I'm lost, because how did that play a part in the
For me, how that play a part? Because when that Attitude Era, that became the emphasis of the Attitude Era. That when he became Mr. McMahon.
Got you. Okay. Gotcha.
You know,
okay.
At that point, he was just Vince. Then he became Mr. McMahon.
But you know what though? I think it was more than that, because it was a whole lot of shit going on. It was too many lists. It was too many egos clashing at WCW. The attitude, because actually the Monday Night Wars. The Monday Night Wars was the shit.
Yes, it was. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this real quick while we're on that subject. Why in the hell did you give some of your main wrestlers creative control when you knew they weren't gonna drop the belt to anybody but in that quote unquote clique like you had in WWE and you had WCW?
Boy, I'm gonna call it for what it is. And Mike, I don't know. And Mike, you may agree with me on this. Matter of fact, Mike, get your ass in here. The NWO, in a strange way, I might have to put that at the top of the Impact, because
guaranteed contracts came out of that,
and that kind of see a lot of folks didn't like that NWO move. That was on the roster. A lot of folks didn't dig that shit at all, and it caused a lot of friction in the back. But us as fans, we be so geek for the renegade rebel type shit, because of course over in WWE, that's when the Attitude Era started and all that stuff there. So we not in the back with the guys, and so everybody started butting heads. All the guys who had some type of control, Kevin Nash, Dusty Rhodes, I don't know involved in there, Ric Flair.
Dusty hated the NWO idea, but he went with it because it was making money, and because he was all about looking at the younger wrestlers. He was so pissed off at Jim Herd for firing Dustin when he fired Steve, and then when Steve Austin got fired while injured. You piss off a lot of people, and that's where you saw that shift when those guys went to WCW, went to WWE, and you see them start making money, especially Steve Austin when he did that little time he did at ECW, when he got on the mic and started just getting pipe bombs on the mic, and then you see him go to WWE and just become this whole different persona. The Stone Cold, he got away from that Hollywood look, cut his hair bald, black trunks, made it simple. You made stars out of those guys without even making stars out of them. I mean, you made Kevin Nash be a green guy, a leprechaun, a 7-foot leprechaun.
Brian, those guys, they didn't dig that. They didn't dig that shit. In fact, I ran into y'all remember when they used to show the pay-per-views at Hooters on Sundays? They used to show the pay-per-views at Hooters on Sundays. So
I remember that.
I ran into Raven. He was at the Hooters. I think it was a Stockbridge or something like that. I can't remember. I used to go to all the any Hooters to watch it. And I think Zbyszko was with him. I want to say Larry Zbyszko. I think a bunch of them was together. The two I remember was Raven and Zbyszko. And bro, they got major discord and dislike for that NWO move. That NWO move we may have cracked the code. That may have been the most impactful because I was fighting with myself between that and the show Super Kick.
I mean, you got there's so many that you could talk about though, man. I mean, that probably was the one that's probably the most impactful. I would say so too. But there was something else that also happened in 1992. You remember when 1991 actually. You remember when Jake the Snake brought the Cobra out?
Yeah, I missed a lot of wrestling. I missed a lot of wrestling from 90 to 94. I was trying to keep up with it, but I was in the military, man, and I was.
That's right.
Ship. So I missed a lot, but I was keeping up with it. I do remember Jake the Snake bringing that goddamn python out there. I'm thinking about what Brian said about the about breaking up the Shield. Do you see what that created?
That created monsters.
Seth became Seth freaking Rollins.
Yep, they became three monsters of the industry.
Ambrose,
but the only one who's at a standstill right now is Jon Moxley.
Well, no, he just showed back up. He did a heel turn yesterday on.
Is that what we would call it, a heel turn? Because Wasn't that him and Willow Nightingale out there last night, or was that?
I didn't see it. I just seen somebody talking about it online. But just at what it created, Moxley over there, he the top guy at AEW, one of the top guys, but I don't think Seth expected Joe to get to blow up like that.
You know, I don't think any of us did, because we knew of it. We knew of his frailties, and we knew what was coming out of that. But then when he came back as strong as he did after that last little bit, and then went on that long run as champion, I started thinking of him as being, you know how we talk about the Undertaker being the purveyor of, we talk about Undertaker being the purveyor of kayfabe, protecting kayfabe. He was always the ultimate protector of kayfabe.
You know what? He's still like that. I seen a clip. You know, they got like a video out,
Mm-hmm.
a 5-minute video of either wrestlers or people backstage or whatever trying to make motherfuckers break. And Mark, or the Undertaker, was talking about a time where, you know, this is when he was like still, when he was heavy into his, you know,
Mm-hmm.
Undertaker, and he was in the ring with somebody, and he said that was the hardest shit he ever had to do, because who was it? Was it Goldust? Was it no, it was the Godfather. The Godfather break, because the Godfather told him, you know, he like hoes.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just talking about how it was just hard. And he said, if you get a close up on him, you could see him almost. You know, it takes discipline to you got to have major discipline. When you around a silly motherfucker, man, and you know this motherfucker's silly, and he do some silly shit, it take major discipline, because you know they were finding them guys for breaking character.
Yep.
I like Jay Uso, he need to pay some of his. They just need to pay some of their money back. Them some silly motherfuckers. They can't hold shit in, bro.
Especially the storyline with him and Sammy. I mean, that was probably the greatest thing in the world. Uzi?
Listen. I didn't know Mick Foley was that funny.
Yes.
Like different people trying to break. And of course, I'm gonna tell you, I can't have Ron Killings nowhere near me if I'm trying to goddamn. I got a natural silly gene. I can't have no cat like that nowhere near me, bro. Like this motherfucker breaks. And look,
that's to the core, man. That's to the core of silliness with Ron Killings, man. I mean,
listen,
the only time you ever got John Cena to crack was Santino Marella. And then he got him back in.
We talked about him last week. Santino was funny too, man. I'm going back. Listen, man, I'm thinking about Truth, man. Truth did so much funny shit. I think the funniest one with him is when he came out on the microphone and he was raising hell about being in the match, and Kane told him, "You're not even in the match." And that look he had on his face,
yeah.
And what he said, "This one on me, boy." That shit be killing.
Yeah.
Okay, to hold it.
My bad. This is on me.
This one on me. Look, man, we got to wrap it up. We're going to be here every Thursday, same time, between 7 and 7:15. And I want to make sure I'm on time. I'm so tired of paying fines. I'm going to have to borrow some money from you, main event, because Mike fines this shit.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I love talking about wrestling. I love talking about. I mean, my time in wrestling. I love talking about wrestling because my time in wrestling was from. I mean, I'm an '80s baby. I'm born in 1980, but 75 to 97. Those were my favorite years of wrestling, man. And if I can go back to those years and watch wrestling all over again, I would definitely do it because that was to me that was the purity of wrestling.
We need to get with you, man, because we think you need to have a show. But we'll talk. We'll
Okay.
talk. To everybody, yeah, man, from a main event. Make sure y'all check us out on here, man. We are the A team. You'll see me on today, Thursdays, every Monday after a pay-per-view between 7 and 8. We won't go too far into Monday Night Raw because you know the Monday Night Raw after a pay-per-view is very critical and key. You'll also have me on Monday with the Monday Sports page. I'm going in between Mad Mike leading us off, and then OG Big Sam bring us in with Mad Mondays. Check out the heavy hitters on I think Tuesdays. Check out the Ladybirds on Wednesday. We got to check out Will on Wednesdays as well. We got a whole lot of content, whole lot of facts, stats, truth going out here on Mad Mike Sports, OGN TV, Maggie T Productions, The Don, 6-Man Convo, the Therapist, and so on and so forth. Again, OG Truth. We got I can't leave and the franchise, a Big Ant, man. We got a whole listen, man. It's a conglomerate, and we talked about you being part of this faction.
I would love it. I would love to be a part of it. And if you're in the West Georgia area around Troup County, Auburn Opelika area, I will be at Opelika High School tomorrow night. I'm going to be at the Callaway Opelika game. So if you see me there, or if you listen to it, y'all let me know.
Yeah, I have a prior engagement tomorrow, but I had already said that I was going to start catching some high school football this year because I'm a supporter of Banneker or any of the South Side schools. Banneker. My pipeline is Banneker because I went to MD Collins in College Park, graduated in '87. They combined with Fairwood in '89. That's how you got Banneker, but also West Creek, Creekside. I support a lot of them schools, but
so yeah, Then there's a guy that I went to school that I actually grew up with was actually a football coach at Banneker by the name of George Brewer. If you remember George Brewer, former Georgia football player. He's from West Georgia.
Big George, hey, he know me. Me and Big George has. Well, I got to talk to you off here, but me and Big George had some fun times together. Where Big George at now? I ain't seen Big George in a while.
He is an athletic director at one of the schools nearby. I cannot remember if he's still at Point University or if he's moved on from Point or not.
George.
But
I'll make sure y'all check us out every Thursday. For main event, I'm your man OG Truth with a 2, Hurts with a Z. And for exclusive World of Wrestling, always seek and speak the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth. See you guys in 6 days. 23
Main event
hours.
out.
We out. Yeah, man.